Hello and welcome to DMEXCO 2015 Day 2, and it's the morning and things are starting to pick up a little bit after an early morning lull when people were shaking off, their dinner and drinks from the previous evening. The great thing about this conference and being positioned where we are is that we bump into people we've never met before. And one of those is Sagi Gordon, the CEO and founder of SelectMedia. Thank you very much for swinging by. How are you finding the event so far?
First of all, thank you very much for having me here. The event is great. I've been here before and it's sophisticated, very well-rounded in terms of people, in terms of the event itself, very nice, organized. All the companies in the media business are here. Perfect place to be, definitely.
Give us an elevator pitch, about your company and what you guys do.
So SelectMedia, it's a company I founded with my partner 4 years ago. The main idea when we started the company is to be a central point as a company that provides real estate for video, but especially today, to be legit, non-fraud, non-bot. It's a problem that right now the industry itself in the video business are now having. We invented a technology that we spent millions of dollars in it, trying in real time, but in real time, to prevent the fraud as a bot, mask domains, to be exposed to the advertisers or demand partners. We've been doing it from the inception, and this is something really great because now many companies or demand partners are now adapting it to be used with their demand.
I believe you focus heavily on the Asian market, or you have a strong presence there. How would you compare what's happening in Asia with what's happening here in Europe?
So, interesting to see that Asia, which is called also Far East, started the video pretty much 4 years ago. They understood that the business of video, that's the next place where to be. And that was also our focus to start our business in Asia, in Singapore and China. I think we've been one of the first ones to be there, and I'm very happy to see today that Asia is pretty much rocking in terms of demand and supply. It's very nice to see that they've adapted all the technology that is now being adopted in the US or even Europe. They definitely use it and pretty much understand the values of the non-fraud traffic that is very interesting for them.
And are publishers behaving differently in those markets? And also, how can one sort of generally talk about Asia? Is that possible, or do you have to talk about China on its own, for instance?
China and Asia is completely different. So when you speak about China, it's China. When you speak about Asia, it's Singapore, Thailand, Vietnam, those. I think Asia and China are going to be now using more and more technologies for RTB, real-time bidding. They are going to use more and more anti-fraud detection platforms. One of the things what we see in Asia is the fraud. There's a lot of bot, there are a lot of mask domains. The advertisers understand it, so they use companies like ours in order to fight against it. And I think we are doing a very good job because we are able to monitor in real time to see who is making fraud, who is not, and just to bypass them from the ecosystem and not to use it.
No, and fraud is a huge issue everywhere in the globe, in the industry, and something that's affected client confidence. I mean, do you think that the industry's got a bit of a battle now to try and win back that trust?
It's a great question. It's a battle. It's a battle of the industry. The problem is, Alex, because they don't have a real detection right now to do it in real time. It a little bit make the battle problematic because they have the fraud companies. They have 24 hours to make a fraud, to make a lot of money, and to disappear. So the one who have the solution to find it in real time is the one that I think can really win that battle.
Huge number of companies here, big stands, big halls, lots of people talking about different buzzwords, I guess. But what do you think is the most important topic at the moment for the industry?
If it's in the video, there are two topics: fraud and RTB, programmatic. So the industry completely moved to programmatic. It's now like it's there. We are using it. Everybody's using it. And the fraud, this is, I think, right now the second buzzword because of the problem that we have. So much money is invested and spent in the media industry ecosystem, and the one who can prevent it, he's the one that really can make our environment better, safer, better for the advertisers who are spending most of their money on media, videos. So that's what we are doing now, and especially this event, which is great to talk about it and to see what can be prevented or made.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for swinging by. Well, what else are you looking forward to today at the second day of the event?
So, first of all, thank you very much for the interview.
Oh, thank you.
And the second day is going to be basically to see more of the event and speaking opportunities of the other people here. And I look forward to hearing what they are saying about the industry.
Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you gain some insights, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Cheers.